This is a repeat of Bobby Honeycutt's eulogy that I did that day at his funeral on Friday the 22nd, 2021. Since so many of you were his great friends, I thought that the very least that I could do would be to share with you what I said and did that day. It went something like this. My name is Randy Pennington. Thank you, Honeycutt family, for asking me to speak today. There's many things that I could tell you about Bobby, but there's so little time, so let's get started. I've known Bobby basically all of my life. We went to Vernon School for 12 years together, and we both graduated in 1976. We were friends in school, but our friendship grew more strong later on through the years. The friendship just grew more and more strong on through the years. We both went to Hamilton Trade School after graduation. Bobby studied aircraft mechanics class, and I took barbering. I drove the trade school bus for a while. That was intimidating to some degree, knowing all the people's lives that were in my hands, and I was especially nervous the first several days that I drove that bus. Early on in my bus driving career, one morning, as I was riding up this long stretch of road, I saw a wide load Escort approaching with a big single wide trailer coming my way. Well, I thought to myself, oh my, a school bus meeting a house trailer. This can't be good. Well, I slammed on the brakes and I got nearly over on the edge of the pavement as that trailer came flying by me. He didn't even look like he slowed down. Well, right about the time that trailer passed that school bus, one of the loudest rackets you would ever imagine happened. And the whole bus, like it shook and vibrated. I thought, what in the world happened? People screamed, like scared me to death. Well, I looked at the big mirror up here that I could look back and see everyone back seated behind me. And I looked in that mirror, and everyone behind me looked scared except Bobby. Bobby was laughing. You know why? Right when that trailer passed that school bus, he had taken his elbow and he hit the side of that bus just absolutely as hard as he possibly could. And it made a terribly loud racket, like we'd been hit by that house trailer. And it absolutely scared us all to death, and he was sitting back there just laughing up a storm. Ladies and gentlemen, that's just a small sample of some Bobby Honeycutt right there. Bobby Honeycutt loved to laugh. He loved to cut up. And if he liked you, he would pick on you and play some pranks on you and stuff. You better be watching him like a hawk, because he was probably up to some kind of fun mischief of some kind. Bobby had a lot of different hobbies that he enjoyed through the years. As I said, he took aircraft mechanics in school. Well, he enjoyed working on his cars and trucks and lawnmowers, whatever needed fixing, he'd work on it. He also loved fishing. He loved riding four-wheelers. He loved watching good movies, all kind of activities like that. And one of his big hobbies that he spent a lot of time with was guns. He was an absolute gun fanatic, and I'm sure some of y'all have heard him talk about his guns. I'm not a gun expert at all. I know a little bit about guns, but I could ask him a question. He's got the answer about all kind of guns, all kind of scopes, all kind of ammunition, whatever you need to know about guns, he could tell you. Bobby was a good enough friend to me. I told him one time that I had found a used rifle and scope over in Tuscaloosa, and I wanted to go look at it. Well, he made it a point to make sure and go with me, because he wanted to make sure that I got a good deal on that used gun, and I knew that he knew way more about guns than I did and all that, so he was kind to go with me, and we decided that it was a good deal on that gun, and I bought it, and that was good. Speaking of guns, he loved to play paintball. That's another one of Bobby's big hobbies, and one of Bobby's closest friends, Tim Edwards, who's also here today, he used to be on the same paintball team with Bobby at Marathon. And he brought that picture today that showed all of them back yonder in the 90s, all dressed up in their camo and their headbands on, holding their guns, all looking like Rambo out there or something. Well, he said, Bob, everybody had guns pretty similar. You know, you'd shoot, pump, shoot again. That's the way everybody did. But Bobby had to take it a step further than anybody else, and he went and bought a high-dollar semi-automatic paintball gun that had a big hopper on the bottom that would hold a whole bunch of paintballs, and that thing would shoot way faster and hurt a whole lot worse when you got hit with it. And it also shot faster more often and whatever. Anyway, he said if it had been a real gun, he would have about killed everybody else with it. It was so bad. Tim went on to mention also that Bobby got into photography. He had a high-dollar camera and all the different lenses and things. He took great pictures and family photos for them. So that was another one of Bobby's hobbies. I'll tell you something about Bobby. And I know a lot of y'all that knew him well already know this. If Bobby was your friend, he was a good, dependable friend. He'd help you any way he could. I could call him anytime, and if there's any way possible, he would come to my rescue or help me do whatever needed doing. We helped each other, especially here in the last several years. And here's something else that y'all all already know if you knew him well. Bobby would tell you what he thought. He was brutally honest. You did not have to wonder what his opinion was for long. He's fixing to tell you. And he's going to tell it in plain English that's easy to understand. I'll give you an example of this. A couple of years ago, I drove Bobby to Fayette Hospital for a medical procedure. They put him to sleep, and I was in the recovery room that morning as he woke up. Bobby was going through a tough time then, and it was sad. I felt sorry for him, and I thought, man, I need to brighten up the mood. I need to lighten things up here a little bit. Well, as he woke up that morning, laying there in the bed in his gown, he woke up and he began to get his bearings again, and he turned around and he sat up on the bed, and I wanted to be sure that he was going to be okay to get up and get dressed while I got out of the room and give him some privacy there. But as he sat up on the side of the bed and then propped up by the bed with his feet down on the floor, I said, Bobby, how you feeling? He said, well, I'm a little bit dizzy. Here's where I got him. I said, well, do you still think I'm good looking? He gave me a stare and he said, I'm not that dizzy. That's funny right there. I don't care who you are. I busted out to laughing when he said that. That got him to grinning and chuckling a little bit. And I thought, well, mission accomplished. I calmed him down and cheered him up a little bit. And I can tell you, that's one of the funniest statements he's ever come back with me with. And through the months to come, sometime I've been riding down the road and said, Bobby, you got me good that day. And I'd reach over there and we'd shake hands. We'd laugh about it a little bit. But that was extra special when he told me that day, I'm not that dizzy. Yeah. Well, another big hobby that Bobby had was computers. He absolutely loved his computers. It seemed like every few years he was always telling me, okay, this next newer, faster, bigger, better computer's coming out and I'm going to want to get it. Well, he was nice enough to me and good enough friends with me that he gave me the first computer that I actually ever owned. I was kind of a late bloomer on computers. It was about 2006 when he brought one of his own computers to my house and he helped me set it up. And well, for the next several years, he answered about 1,000 questions that I was going to have from time to time. How do I do this? What do I need to do here? Whatever. He was very patient with me and answered all my questions and helped me figure things out as best he could. It's for certain he was the geek and I was not. Bobby's computer hobby gave him access to many new friends. He had much love and respect for Native Americans. For nearly 20 years, he's been involved with a chat room called Pal Talk. He has met and has remained great friends with many people from all over the place on Pal Talk. During Bobby's recent illness, I've had the pleasure of getting to meet a couple of them online myself. One of his close friends is Donna Gail Smith in Kentucky. She has called, text, FaceTime, message, all these different things, and she even sent a really nice card and a beautiful embroidered blanket. It has Bobby Honeycutt's name, and it also, it's very special, it includes his Native American name that they gave him on it, which is Walks with Vision. Another one of Bobby's very special friends online is Manny Taylor. She's a sweet Native American lady who lives in Ontario, Canada, all her life, and she's 73 years old. Manny's family became such good online friends with Bobby that they've actually visited him 3 different times here in Vernon, Alabama. Manny's daughter, Michelle, had a little girl about 11 years ago. Her name is Kenny D. Bobby got to meet Kenny D in person in 2010 when she was only 8 months old. Ever since then, she has become, as they say, like Bobby's adopted daughter. Her grandmother Manny has tried to explain to me what a wonderful relationship has developed through the years between Bobby and Kenny. Kenny would want to climb up in Grandma's lap and chat with Bobby nearly every day when she was really small, and Kenny would take her iPad outside so Bobby could watch her play. And she'd sing happy birthday to Bobby every year. Well, Bobby apparently bought her some different gifts and sent them up there to her. A couple of the gifts that Manny mentioned, Bobby bought her a dress that would light up like on the movie Frozen, and said, oh, she loved wearing it. Bobby also got Kenny a Woody doll from the Toy Story movie, and she loved taking it around and playing with it. She loved all her gifts from Mr. Bobby. Kenny noticed one year that Bobby didn't have a Christmas tree, and she made one and sent it to him, and it was decorated with pictures of her and Bobby on it. You know what? After hearing all this about Bobby, that told me something. That was proof right there that Bobby had a side to him that some of us didn't get to see. Bobby had a softer side. Yeah, he was rough and tough and fun and conniving and liking to play pranks on you and stuff, but he also had a loving, softer side. And Bobby had never had any children of his own, but he certainly was obviously a kind, loving, caring, father-like figure to this little Native American girl. I'll tell you, I am so glad that Bobby got to know these special folks online from all over the place. Folks, we can never have too many friends. I want to get online soon and thank them all for being good friends to my good friend. And I'll bring up one last hobby that Bobby had. After getting to know and appreciate so many of the Native Americans, Bobby took an interest in the Native American flute. Well, he knew I liked music, and he got me also involved in the Native American flute. And I wound up buying some, and we'd sit around and play together on occasion and enjoyed it a lot. Well, Manny told me that Bobby would play his flute for Kenny, and she loved it. Well, as I close today, I'd like to play a song on one of Bobby's flutes. It's a very familiar song and one of our favorites. And I'd like to say thank you, Lord, for my friend Bobby, and thank you, Lord, for your amazing grace. In closing today, I literally just this morning got this note from Donna Gail Smith, and the note reads, in 2002, Bobby created a group room called Friendship Circle Chat. Through the years, he has met many people from all over. We are family. He was a good person, and we all became friends. So we all say this: walk with vision, fly high with the angels. Until we meet you again, Dohiya, which means goodbye. You will be missed. To that letter, I would add, yes, he certainly will. Thank you.